Thank you.
Are you gonna fight Ronda one day?
Amanda Nunes versus Valentina Schevchenko, Part 2, the rematch. Both these girls fought at UFC 196, and it was a tremendous fight. Amanda Nunes edged the first round. She was able to take Valentina down. She was able to get on top of her, land some shots, and won the round by a little bit. On the judges' scorecard, she won the round. In that second round, Amanda Nunes took over, and she took Valentina down again, except this time, she truly smashed her. She bludgeoned her, she beat her, she got her bloody, and Valentina Schevchenko had to pull through to get to that end of that round. She was in deep water, she almost didn't make it, and she got through the third round. She sat there in her corner. She got into that third round, and she looked like a different fighter. She looked like she really had a good minute off and recollected herself, and she was able to land an elbow, and her striking started to come together, and she won the third round. And if the fight would have went longer, we kind of questioned what would have happened, but it was a little too late, and Amanda Nunes won a unanimous decision. A lot's happened since then. Amanda Nunes, in the fight after that, went to UFC 200, and she fought for the title. She fought Miesha Tate that night, and she went out there and brutally annihilated Miesha Tate. She smashed her in that first round. Her strikes connected. Miesha's face was a mess, and she submitted her in that first round by rear naked choke. And then in her next fight, she fought the legend. She fought Ronda Rousey, and in a classic, in 48 seconds, she took everything that Ronda Rousey had. She annihilated Ronda Rousey. Every single punch was a power shot. They all connected. Ronda's face was a punching bag. And we'll never forget that moment. And Valentina Schevchenko, since the Nunes fight, her fight after that was versus Holly Holm. And she was an underdog going into that fight. Holly Holm was considered the more dominant striker, the more known striker. And Valentina was still sort of an unknown in that fight. That was a main event, and it went 5 rounds. Now, in the Amanda Nunes versus Valentina Schevchenko fight at UFC 196, that was the longest fight that Amanda Nunes actually fought that she actually won. So, Valentina Schevchenko has went longer, and this is going to be a 5-round fight. So this is going to come into play. Now, Valentina won versus Holly Holm, and she also beat Juliana Pena. A lot of people thought that Juliana was going to go out there and be the stronger woman, take Valentina down, and a lot of people thought that Valentina was only a striker, that she wasn't that good on the ground. Now, Valentina, in that second round, pulled off one of the most beautiful arm bars. She really torqued the arm of Juliana Pena and did it on different angles. We saw her elbow contoured as well as her shoulder, and it looked like it was pulling out of 2 places. So it was a wicked arm bar, and she's getting the title shot. We saw the stare down. We saw Amanda Nunes get into the cage afterwards, and we know that this fight's going to happen. Valentina was already the number 1 contender going into the Juliana Pena fight. So she's getting the rematch. Now we're going to see who's grown more since 2016. It hasn't been that long since they fought. It happened March 5th, 2016, UFC 196. So I'm going to go with Valentina Schevchenko. She can be overpowered, and Amanda Nunes has a serious advantage in overpowering Valentina Schevchenko. We saw it in the first fight, but I think Valentina Schevchenko could win the second fight.